I watched them all the time. I think I watched Indiana State and Iowa. Caitlin Clark played about the same last year, so I watched a lot of basketball.
Five-time NBA champ Magic Johnson practically begged Caitlin Clark to seek some advice from Larry Legend.
And I think that he could give her great advice on how to handle this situation because he went through it himself.
And it's the refs, it's the commissioner of the league, it's some of the team owners. They are so stupid and so bad at their jobs in understanding what they have in Caitlin Clark, who is the face of the league.
Larry Bird may have just done what the WNBA hasn't. Advocate for Caitlin Clark in a major way. And we're not talking about an endorsement deal, a pep talk, or a simple "we're proud of you." It sounds like he's suggesting an entire team could be built around her, or at least that's the impression when you consider his latest strong statements, Clark's treatment on the court, and the league's ongoing failure to protect its brightest star.
Magic offered her some advice. He advised her to seek some advice from Indiana's own Larry Legend. Now, Larry Bird's easily regarded as one of the best NBA legends ever, so seeking advice from him wouldn't be a bad idea. Because just like Bird, Caitlin was not welcome to the big league with open arms.
Boom. More importantly, the league, the refs, you're going to let people take cheap shots like that over and over and over at the face of your league, the future of the league, the most important player in your league.
Is there an official contract or press release? Probably not. But if Larry Bird has a plan tucked away somewhere, it wouldn't be surprising. Honestly, it might be the only solution that makes sense right now, especially after seeing Marina Maberry nearly knock Clark out with a blindside shove while she was still recovering from an eye poke.
Marina Maberry, who if you don't know who that is, I've been watching the NBA for 2 years now? She's been on 32 different teams in 2 years. She cries, whines, leaves one team, goes to another, demands trade, shoots threes. She's an irrelevant journeyman. She runs up to Caitlin after the whistle, slams into her, knocks her down. Obvious ejection. An obvious ejection. Marina Maberry, look in the mirror. The reason that you're going to have any money before the end of your career is number 2-2. Nobody even knew who you were or cared about you till she got in the league. So cheap shot her like that. What are you, dumb?
Marina Maberry, if you're not familiar, she's been something of a journeyman in the WNBA, moving between numerous teams over the past couple of years. She's made a name for herself with complaints, trades, and on-court antics. Recently, she ran up to Caitlin Clark after the whistle, slammed into her, and knocked her down. Obvious cheap shot. Clark is the reason anyone even noticed her, yet she took a reckless swing. Larry Bird, who once faced the Bad Boys Pistons without flinching, reportedly had enough. His response isn't to plead with the league or call an executive meeting. He's ready to grab a clipboard, a whistle, and start drawing up plays for a team built around Clark. If opponents want to play dirty, fine. Clark will have her own space where she can compete without worrying about flying elbows.
I believe it's this entire class of WNBA draftees led by Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, call Larry Bird, ask him for advice. Indiana, he's already there.
You don't deserve this, Caitlin Clark. Please go play basketball somewhere else and let this league crumble, man. This is just ridiculous.
It may sound outlandish, and yes, a lot of it is speculation, but when Larry Bird speaks out, naming players, criticizing the league's culture, and hinting at creating a team around Caitlin Clark, people start paying attention. Suddenly, the idea of Bird building a squad centered on Clark doesn't seem so far-fetched. It starts to feel like a smart business move. And if you're following this breakdown, make sure to subscribe and leave your thoughts in the comments, because this story only gets wilder, especially as the WNBA continues to mishandle one of its most marketable stars ever.
Ratings go down 50% when she's not there. Ratings rocket through the roof when she is. Everybody has to watch these box office. If the refs are going to let people have open season on Caitlin, bump her, knock her down, throw her down, cheap shot her. It's time for the fever to wake up like Sophie Cunningham did, say, enough is enough. You're going to do that. You hit us with a feather. We're going to hit you with the crowbar right in the brain. That's what we got to do.
If Larry Bird is making moves, you can bet someone, Nike, a startup, or even a European team will capitalize on building around Caitlin Clark. At this point, it may not be the WNBA. Bird is arguably doing more for Clark than the league itself. While league officials seem content to monitor the situation and hope it blows over, Bird is acting like he's ready to draft a 5-year plan, organize travel, and personally guide Clark toward greatness.
Caitlin Clark, please leave this league and let it crumble. Please, this league does not deserve you. All this hate from these black people, all this hate from these lesbians, these people in the media, just go play basketball somewhere else. Your fans will follow you. We will follow you wherever you go.
If the WNBA won't build around Clark, maybe Bird will. He's already defended her more fiercely in one interview than many teammates have on the court all season. Let's be honest, he's not just watching the games. He's studying tape, reading body language, and probably reaching out to sponsors about supporting a new setup. This is the same Larry Bird who didn't hesitate to throw elbows at grown men during his playing days.
What's happening in WNBA is what happened when Magic and Bird went to the NBA.
I said from the very beginning, Caitlin Clark is Larry Bird with a... She plays that game. She's Michael Jordan in terms of her influence on moving the needle for this league. But her game is Larry Bird. And it's not just the shooting. You watch her for very long. Her passing is honestly as magnificent as her shooting. She makes the players around her better.
Now Bird is delivering verbal haymakers for a rookie who's been shoved, tripped, eye-poked, and yet still leads the league in composure, performance, and fan engagement. You don't go that hard unless you see something extraordinary, or unless you're considering building an entire basketball universe around her. At this point, if Larry Bird showed up courtside in sunglasses with a clipboard, no one would be surprised. Honestly, we're just waiting for that move. Not as an owner, but as the executive director of a Clark-centric operation, ready to trade anyone who plays dirty for players who understand basketball without turning it into a brawl.
You were immediately a better player if you were on the court with Larry Bird because he would figure out what you could do, he could see what you couldn't do, and he would get you in a position to highlight and emphasize what you did well, and he would help you succeed in that.
Bird's loyalty is unmistakable, bold, vocal, and maybe even ready to formalize with some LLC paperwork. Then there's the incident that set everything off, the shove from Marina Maberry. It wasn't just reckless, it was the type of dirty, unnecessary play that made retired basketball legends over 50 yell at their TVs, wondering when the game started looking more like street theater than professional basketball.
I've never seen nothing like this before in my life, where a player gets treated this way in sports, man. I've never seen nothing like this ever, man. This is just beyond wow. Like, I'm just beyond my threshold. You don't deserve this, man. You don't deserve it. Straight up. I get the intensity in games and you know, physicality, but this is just too much, man. It's just too much.
Larry Bird didn't hold back. He went full scorched earth. He called what he saw the most cowardly act I've seen on a basketball court in decades. Keep in mind, this is a man who played through broken fingers, back injuries, and the psychological warfare of the 1980s NBA, facing players who would elbow opponents just to make a point. Even they didn't provoke Bird, like Marina Maberry casually shoving Clark from behind while she was still recovering from an eye poke. What's even more shocking is how indifferent everyone else seemed. Fans were outraged. But where was the league's response? No flagrant foul, no fine, no mandatory memo reminding players not to assault the league's top star, nothing.
Anybody that does something flagrant to this young lady for what she's brought to the game should be suspended and fined big time.
Clark, we gonna deal with this. Let's say you play till you're 40, you're 23. That's 17 more. We gonna deal with this for 17 more years. Bro, just Caitlin Clark, just leave. Go play basketball somewhere else, man. We will follow you. We will follow you wherever you go. Let this shit crumble to the ground, man.
WNBA basketball, where anything goes.
Larry Bird has taken Caitlin Clark's situation personally. After watching her endure shoves, trips, and fouls while still leading the league in composure and performance, Bird isn't just upset. He's considering taking action himself. He sees what Clark is facing, a league where cheap shots are ignored, referees stay silent, and top talent is treated like a target rather than a treasure. Bird calls out players like Marina Maberry for reckless, unnecessary behavior and criticizes the league for allowing it to continue. In his eyes, this isn't just about one rookie being fouled. It's about the league failing to protect the very foundation of competitive basketball. He argues that letting these actions go unchecked sends the wrong message to young athletes. Skill and dedication matter less than who can get away with the dirtiest play. What makes Bird particularly impressed is Clark's resilience. Despite being targeted on the court, she continues to excel, maintain composure, and draw fans, essentially carrying the league's visibility on her back. Bird compares her mental toughness to his own rookie experiences, but notes the difference. Clark is doing it while being the face of a global sport, under constant media scrutiny and facing unprecedented challenges. Bird's vision goes beyond defending Clark. He envisions an environment where excellence is rewarded, where talent is celebrated, and where the league's future isn't threatened by recklessness. If the WNBA can't provide that environment, Bird hints he may take matters into his own hands, whether that means creating a new team, mentoring Clark more directly, or simply challenging the league to step up. For Bird, this isn't personal drama. It's about the survival and evolution of professional basketball. He sees Clark as a generational talent who could redefine the game if protected and supported properly. And if the league fails her, Bird's not willing to sit back and watch. The WNBA has a choice: safeguard its brightest star in the sport's future, or risk letting one of the game's greatest emerging talents slip away.